Welcome everyone. Just doing another little practice on this 6-inch tile for the bloom recipe using some lighter colors. So that one that I just threw down is Firefly by Colourarte. And just kind of doing a couple puddles for a messy bloom. I believe that's either Vavoom Red or Wine and Roses I threw on the top. This is a new one I just got, Guatemalan Green. So pretty. It's one of those colors that never looks as pretty on the camera as it does in person. And I think that's Bougainvillea. I think none of these colors really go together, but I just wanted to see what they look like in action. So that is Sweet Pea. It's a beautiful, beautiful color. I'm not really a pale pink fan, but I've used it in several pieces and had it create this really beautiful opal background. It's gorgeous. And the goal for this bloom is to kind of see what a pale bloom looks like with a little bit of negative space because of the iridescent color. That's Tanzanite. I also just recently got that one. Sorry about my bouncing camera trying to focus. A little more Guatemalan Green. That is either Arctic Opal or Robin's Egg. I love them both. All of these so far are by Colourarte. A little more Firefly. Some Bougainvillea. Wine and Roses or Vavoom Red, one of the two. I love them both. They're pretty similar too. Little Guatemalan Green. You can see that these are not necessarily the kind of paints you'd see together in a color palette, so just playing around. And of course, this is using the bloom recipe, so if you're not familiar with that, the ingredients are in the description box below. Also, if you've never taken Shelley's course and are interested in learning more about the bloom technique and the bloom recipe, as well as being part of an amazing group of students that help each other out, I have a 15% off promo code in the description box. If you consider taking the course, it's a great time to do it because the Australian dollar is a little low right now, and so it's probably a lot cheaper than it normally would be. So it's definitely a great time to take it. It'll change the way you do art forever. This is a Prussian blue cell activator using Amsterdam Prussian blue. 3-to-1 ratio with Australian Floetrol, 3 parts and 1 part paint. It looks black here, but it's not. As you can see, I did not do a traditional bloom where you layer everything in a circle. I did that on purpose because I like a messy bloom where the color blocks kind of stay there. I was also trying out this world's smallest blower. If you saw one of our recent videos, I actually took that black part off and showed you how to use it. When I tried it in this video, I hated it. I was like, I'm just sending this thing back. But then I realized that that black thing takes away the powerful blowing. So in the video where I compared it with the Yeeho, I took that off and it worked fabulous. So, but in this video, I was like, well, I hate this thing. So this was the first time I tried it. Sorry about being out of frame. I'm really bad about that. So I'm just basically waiting for it to come back to the center now because I ended up blowing it out myself. And then we'll spin it. So you can see those colors actually work okay together. Who knew, right? That's what I like about practicing on tiles and stuff, is you're a little more adventurous than you probably would be with a canvas, especially a gallery wrapped canvas. So with tiles you can experiment, and if you hate it, then you can use it as paint skins or you can pour over it or whatever. I've had some experiments go terribly wrong, but some of them I've been pretty impressed with. So all I'm doing here is trying to help it a little bit, tilt some of the paint maybe back on the edges so we can use it, and move it back to the center a little faster because I'm kind of impatient. And I don't want the rest of our paint to flow off the side while we wait for the center to come back. So this was a different color palette for me. I always find myself using purples and teals and blues. And so I deliberately tried to do something out of the ordinary. And I really loved it. I think it turned out really beautiful. I wanted one that looked more pastel and more iridescent than the typical dark, bold colors that I like to use. And it was a good way to experiment with a dark cell activator too. See, it just blows out really beautifully. And I like how messy it is. It doesn't look like a perfect flower. And because of the way we layered the paint, we have some color blocks there where you can actually see those individual colors instead of one color dominating the rest of the colors. I really like that because most of the time I pick colors that I super love in the first place. And so when one of them dominates the other two or vice versa, I am sad that the color gets lost. So anyway, I hope you liked this experiment. If you are not a subscriber, please consider subscribing and hit the notification bell so you get all of our notifications. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. What colors do you think would be fun to experiment with in the future? I am certainly by no means an expert, so still practicing all the time. Thanks for watching. All right, here is our resined result. Please ignore the art pieces behind it. Just wanted you to see the shimmer a little bit up close. Look at that. It's so beautiful. Aren't these cute little easels adorable? Found those on Amazon. Perfect for when you practice on tiles. Thank you again for watching. Please like and subscribe. Have a great day.